I've taken my real estate team from 50 transactions a year to over 550 transactions a year, and I figured out there are 6 main components to a mega real estate team. Let's jump into it. Most people think the secret to running a high-performance mega real estate team is you got to know sales like the back of your hand. You have to know everything about real estate. That's an absolute lie. You have to know the components of business. And there's 6 key components that I figured out what it takes to build and grow a profitable mega real estate team. And I'm going to break them down for you today. So number 1, you got to know the leadership side of things. You got to know how to build and grow a leadership team and develop leaders inside of your business, because your business is only going to grow as far as your people will take it. Listen, as an entrepreneur, I get it. We're really good at a lot of different things. We're the jack of all trades, but we've really got to get focused and become the master of one thing, building and growing other leaders. I'm not the leader of the sales department in my business. I'm not the leader of the transaction department or office management or accounting. I'm not the leader of any of those departments. I have other leaders inside of my business who run the day-to-day functions of those departments. But you have to be really good at leading, managing, and holding people accountable inside of your business and teaching others how to do the exact same thing. So you always have to be brushing up and working on mastering your leadership skill set. All right, number 2, it's about lead generation. You have to be able to bring in leads to the business every single day. Some people will be out there talking about cold calling and cold prospecting, where you got to call expireds, call FSBOs, call your mother, your brother, your aunt, and your uncle about buying or selling real estate. And then there's the other side of the spectrum where you'll hear professionals actually talk about marketing and advertising, where you're on Facebook and you're buying leads from realtor.com and all these different places. Real estate agents, and for the most part, real estate team leaders usually stand on one of 2 sides. They're either on the prospecting side or the marketing advertising side. But I have found that the secret to building and growing a profitable mega real estate team is combining the 2 under lead generation. You have to have both marketing and advertising running simultaneously with prospecting. I call it check equity and sweat equity working together inside of your business to actually bring in an overflow of motivated buyers and sellers into the business. All right, number 3, it's going to be recruiting or talent acquisition. You're in the real estate business, and to sell more houses, you need more agents. The more agents you have coming into the business, working the leads that your lead generation system is producing, the more houses you're going to sell. There's a limit to how many homes your team can sell with 5 agents. But with 50 agents, you can do a lot more. And you have to understand, when you have marketing strategies for your business, you have one for both consumers and agents. You always have to be looking at bringing in great agents to sit in the sales agency on your bus. So recruiting is going to be looking for transaction coordinators, and it could be office administrators, accounts receivable, payable, but primarily they're going to be focused on outside sales, filling the spot of sales agent in your seat. So if you think about these titles or these departments that I'm calling inside of the mega team system, for the most part, there are people leading these departments or that are accountable for these individual departments. On my team, I have someone who sits in the recruiter seat. That's all they do. Their full-time job is to go out and find talent to bring into our business. Now, the next component is the operations side of the business. Now, when we break this up, there's 2 components. There's the transaction management component, and then there's the office management component. There's 2 different sides of the operations department. So you have one that's going to handle your listing coordination and your closing coordination, and then there's another person in there who's going to handle office management, which is making sure that you got supplies inside of the supply room, and you have food and beverages inside of the kitchen. You know, the office is running proficiently, as well as being responsible for accounts receivable and accounts payable. All right, so let's keep moving on. Now we're going to talk about the sales side, which is what a lot of you guys are probably wondering about the sales side. So you have a sales manager sitting in that seat, and they're running and operating both inside sales and outside sales. Now, this is a very big section of the business, right? We sell houses. We're going to go over this in greater detail in another video because it's going to take some time to talk about this structure and setup. But we have uncovered that's something that most teams don't uncover. And this is one of the roadblocks that holds them back at only selling 50, 100, 150 houses. When we uncovered this secret, it helped us catapult us from 151 sales to 554 sales in just 2 years. So make sure you check out that video where I really break this component down. And finally, the last pillar is going to be our money pillar, our money department, which is accounting, right? And if you guys don't know this, Mark Cuban's famous for saying this: accounting is the language of business. And it really is. You have to be able to speak to your accountants, to your CPAs, to your bookkeepers, whoever you have in your business, and you absolutely should have at least a minimum viable a person in that seat is a bookkeeper processing reports for you, both previous reports or reports looking in the past, like profit and loss statements and balance sheets, as well as forecasting reports, such as labor efficiency reports and lead generation reports, so you can predict what your P&L is going to look like in the next 30 to 60 days and if you're going to be profitable. So those are the 6 main pillars. Let's summarize real quick. We've got number 1, leadership. Number 2, lead generation. Number 3, recruiting. Number 4, sales. Number 5, operations. And number 6, money, as I like to call it. All right, those are the 6 key departments or pillars, whatever you want to call them, inside of a mega real estate team that is truly profitable. All right, hopefully you guys found this helpful, me breaking down at a really high level the 6 key departments inside of a mega real estate team. Make sure to watch the rest of this series where I go into each one individually and get down to the nitty gritty. Hopefully you guys like this. If you did, hit the like button below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get all the updates, and I'll see you guys on the other side.